The lesson today is so good because it's lesson 102 and it says, I share God's will for happiness for me. That is so beautiful. It's just so true. If you separate from oneness, you're going to suffer. You just got to know that you're doing this. If you sit up and say, I am what God designed, I am a divine design of God, an emanation of divinity right here, right now, wow, changes everything. Jesus says, come, with holy, empty hands or arms unto your God. Just, here I am, God. Use me today. Use me. I am available. So you do not want to suffer. You may think it buys you something. Yeah, like pity from somebody, which reinforces the guilt. When you show up and people are like, oh my God, what's wrong? You all right? Oh, and like it's like you got a straw and you're sucking up this juicy depression and sadness and low vibration in the ego's domain, feeling more miserable, maintaining the separation. We don't want to do that. You might think it buys you something, it doesn't, and may still believe a little that it buys you what you want. Suffering, unfortunately, buys us a great deal. It really does. When you choose to suffer, because you've chosen the ego's thought system, you get to stay a victim. And you get to keep the seemingly separate self separate from oneness. You think you're this separate I. And if I can suffer, I can maintain that separate self and say to God, see, I'm this. Where are you? I'm this. Okay. Jesus says, yet this belief is surely shaken now. By now, this is lesson 102. We're starting to get a handle on this. It's a little bit shaken now, this belief, at least enough to let you question it and to suspect it really makes no sense. Why would you want to suffer? Give it up. Give it over. I can't change anything in form because it's not real. The script is written. I thought it, and now it shows up, and I'm trying to wring it out. No, I can only do it here. It has not gone yet, Jesus says, but lacks the roots that once secured it tightly to the dark and hidden secret places of your mind. In your unconscious, you have a lot of secrets. And as we're told in the 12-step program, secrets make you sick. That is why relationships are a wonderful way to have your secrets exposed, because the people in your life will animate and mirror your secrets, your unconscious thoughts, and you want them up and out. Okay? Today, we try to lose its weakened hold still further, and to realize that pain is purposeless, without a cause and with no power to accomplish anything. Pain is purposeless because we now realize our purpose. And what is your purpose? Forgiveness. To forgive the dream. So pain is purposeless. It has no cause. The mind has pain in it, and that's why the body has pain. The mind is sick, and that's why the body is sick. So pain is purposeless. The only purpose that we have, our only function, is to forgive the attack thoughts in the mind, to forgive the stinking thinking, and to turn it over and give it to a higher power. It cannot purchase anything at all. Well, the ego tells you that suffering and pain purchase a lot of things. Yeah, you get to stay a victim. People feel sorry for you, and we milk that. Well, no. We are here to be gods and goddesses. We are here to be the glory of God and to stand in our power, to be that unique expression of the God spark as you. So why do we want to play small and be like, think we're insignificant? That's the ego in its viciousness. It's vicious. It's trying to convince you that you are a nothing and a nobody. It's vicious. It's attacking you in every moment. It offers nothing. Pain and suffering offer nothing and do not exist. Pain and suffering's in the mind. It's you thinking thoughts that are loveless thoughts. Loveless thoughts become pain and suffering in the world. And everything you think it offers you is lacking in existence. So everything that you think pain and suffering offers you, you get to be a victim. You get to have, someone take care of you and sayang you, as we say. That's such a good word, sayang. Make you feel better and all this. That doesn't exist either. It's just a mad hallucination. It's all mind. You have been slave to nothing. So even in the movie The Matrix, when Morpheus said, "It's a matrix, Morpheus," or Neo, "It's a matrix. It's you've been a slave." No, you've been a slave to nothing because it doesn't exist. Nothing exists in this world of form. The fact that you believe it exists is the source of your suffering. If you believe in anything in this world, you will suffer. But in truth, you've been a slave to nothing. Because the ego's world is a no thing. It doesn't exist. Be you free today to join the happy will of God. And God's will says you're meant to be in perfect happiness at all times. At all times. But the ego would say, well, you know what? If you don't have a little bit of pain, if you don't have a little bit of suffering, then where are you? You don't exist. You need to have pain to think you're somebody. And it will do everything it can to make you believe that, yep, you're sick, you're poor, you're not worth 2 cents. It's going to convince you because it wants you to believe that you are this separate self, that you are a body, you are finite, and that you are here smacked out of the womb to die. And that whole timeline that you walk on is guaranteed death. That's what it wants you to believe. Did you buy into that? Yeah. Jesus is saying, be you free today to join the happy will of God. For several days, we will continue to devote our periods of practicing to exercises planned to help you reach the happiness God's will has placed for you. Okay? Here is your home, and here your safety is. Here is your peace, and here there is no fear. And what is that here? It's your right mind in God. That's your home. Where the Holy Spirit dwells, where the Master Christ dwells is your home. It's in you. In fact, they are you. The Christ is you. The Holy Spirit is you. It's all you. But it gets broken down for us to understand because it seems so abstract. So we're told that Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, but it's all you. It's all you. So this here represents you in the light, in your right mind. Jesus says the quiet light in which the Holy Spirit dwells within you is merely perfect openness, in which nothing is hidden, and therefore nothing is fearful. The reason you are afraid is because of your secrets. Okay? If you have any fear at all, you have secrets. Attack thoughts, unconscious secrets, deep down, suppressed in the unconscious mind. And this is a journey to make the unconscious conscious, to go through the darkness to the light. There is no darkness that the light of love will not dispel. But you can't bring Jesus into the world. Jesus knows the world's not real. There is no world. You can't bring light into darkness. You have to let the darkness up, and it will be subsumed in the light. It will be dispelled in the light when you expose it. So there is no darkness that the light of love will not dispel unless it is concealed from love's beneficence. So if you keep that darkness hidden, you're going to get sick. If you keep taking things personally and you're, all your secrets and you're hiding out, and that you will get sick. And if you don't get physically sick, you'll go insane, because it's insanity or death. If you follow the ego, which is a progression, it's a progressive disease of separation from God. It gets worse and worse and worse and worse. What is kept apart from love cannot share its healing power, because it has been separated off and kept in darkness. You have made this secret about yourself real. You think you're not worthy. You made that real. And now you've got to act like you're all puffed up to make the world think you're something. No, you've split off from this beauty and oneness that you are, and you've made this I'm not worthy real, and now you have to act like you're superior. The sentinels of darkness watch over it carefully. Oh yeah. Ego doesn't want you to wake up and ever know that you could choose again, that you could choose to give this darkness the secret to the light. And you who made these guardians of illusion out of nothing and now afraid of them. So now you made the ego by believing in it, now you're afraid of it. No, you made the devil by believing in it. And now you're afraid of it. That's what that means. Jesus says, let it go. And what was fearful will be so no longer. So I'm going to withdraw my belief in the devil. I'm going to withdraw my belief in this attack thought. I'm going to withdraw my belief from the ego. And by the power of God in my mind, which we share, fear will be no more. Wow. Without protection of obscurity, only the light of love remains. It's like your mind is, imagine this. Just imagine that you inside your body, like there's just pure light. Okay, you are pure light, inside, outside. Just imagine that. But covering over you is this thick cloud blanket of secrets, attack thoughts, unconscious thoughts, hatred, self-hatred, insecurity, unworthiness. That's what you've told yourself. It's all around you. And when you pull it off by giving it over, there's just this beam of light that comes shining through. That's who you are. That's who I am. So, without protection of obscurity, only the light of love remains. You're not going to keep any of your secrets safe. You're going to say to them, yeah, so? If the ego says, you're not worth a tinker's damn, say, so? Who are you? Right? If the ego says, well, you'll never amount to anything, say, says who? What? Who made you God? I didn't. Get thee behind me. Right? Wow. How powerful is that? Everything else must disappear. Because you as the decision maker, you as the witness, you as the observer who's choosing between right-minded, wrong-minded, you're choosing between light and love, love or darkness. You are choosing, you're doing it all. And now you're saying, I see it there and I'm denying its power and I am choosing love. Here, Holy Spirit, take this thought that I've been holding on to, which is my cloud of guilt, this thought that I've been saying, I'm a loser, I can't make it, whatever, and give it up. Begin your practice periods today with this acceptance of God's will for you. I share God's will for happiness for me, because in truth, you're not the body. You are this beautiful, beloved child of God, and that's why you share God's will, because you and God are one. And I accept it as my function now. Your function is to forgive the cloud of guilt and accept God's will for happiness, which is the atonement. You are to accept the atonement for yourself. You are what God willed, and you are that which came before time was. Before the tiny mad idea entered into your mind, you're just this beacon of light. Be happy, for your only function here is happiness. Jesus is so cute. He just says, like, be happy. Be happy. That's your only function. You have no need to be less loving to God's Son than He whose love created Him as loving as Himself. Every person in your life is you in potential form. In the oneness, the Christ light, we're all one. All your brothers and sisters, all my brothers and sisters are me. And God created them as loving as Himself. So who am I to withhold love from them? If I hold love from anyone, I am saying the separation is real and I am separate from God. Besides these hourly 5-minute rests, pause frequently today to tell yourself that you have now accepted happiness as your one function. Oh, so maybe today we could say, you know, I intend, what I want in my day today is to fulfill my function of happiness. So Holy Spirit, in my right mind, guide me and I will follow. Guide me and I will follow. Because you've set your intention for happiness. So with the power of God in your mind that you share with Him, you can have happiness because you set the intention. And be sure that you are joining with God's will in doing this. That is so beautiful. We are so blessed to have this, I think, this book.